I love that the movie made it clear that Whitney and Clive collaborated on the song choices. When a song was chosen that she was singing, she wouldn't listen to the demos, and she knew what the song meant to her. She brought that perspective to it in the way that she sang it. I used to like joke with her, and I wasn't really joking. I was actually quite serious, but I just come off in a joking manner to like slow down, because especially, you know, she liked to sing. Whitney sings ahead of the beat, and they all do. Sissy, Gary, and Whitney all have a certain timing where they sing ahead of the phrase, which is
Mhm.
strange because most gospel singers sing behind the beat. Stevie also, I think they all love Stevie. And
Okay.
Stevie also sings ahead of the phrase. Like when the spirit hits Stevie, like he'll come in ahead of this phrase. That's a very Houston thing that they do. And Stevie does. I don't really hear too many other people doing it. So they have so a lot of times with Whitney, I'm like, okay, Whitney, can we do it again? But can you like slow it down a little bit? But one time we had friendly fire in the studio. Like one time when we were doing the vocals for which I vocal produced, I didn't write it, Tweet wrote it. But Joey hired me to vocally produce Things You Say for,
Mhm.
which was a Missy Tweet song when I was in Atlanta, to cut vocals with her on that. And we had a ball. It was just me, her, Bobby Christina, who she had to sing on the book a little bit. We had a ball because it was jazzy and she was sort of imitating Billie Holiday and having a good time with the jazziness of it. So we got the leads pretty much done. But when he sang it very ahead of the phrase, because Tweet's demo, which is floating around online, you can hear Tweet's version.
I listen to the things you say. Ooh, you're calling me. Oh, oh, oh. I listen to the things you say to me, babe, in a card or poem, serenade me.
It's much more southern, more laid back. Whitney pushes ahead of the timing. So when we're pretty much done with the lead, and the lead came out great, and I'm like, okay, the lead sounded solid. And she had this great engineer named TK. He understood her voice and knew how to record her exceptionally well. And so, we're pretty much done. And I said, Whitney, can we lay some tracks in the background? So Whitney goes in and gives me two tracks. I listen to the things you say. But Whitney's pushing ahead of the time because Tweet's more like, I listen to the things you say. Tweet kind of slides and it's just more lazy-ish. And Whitney's on top of that, like, I listen to the. So I'm like, just the timing. So me and TK take a minute because we record Whitney, then we say, TK and I are gonna listen. And she kind of like do her thing and come back, you come back to it, and so we're putting it together. I said, you think this can move? He said, yeah, I'll slide it around because he understood like how to slow it down or slide it or how to put it in the mix. I said it'll be fine. He said, but try to get two more from her. So I said, okay, Whitney, we got it. It's laying. We're gonna put the vocals together. Your backgrounds, but with Tweets, because what it is that record, like Whitney's vocal was her lead has such a strong identity, and Tweets' backgrounds, it was like two different worlds. I didn't want Whitney's backgrounds to kind of come together. I said, Whitney, me and TK are working it out, but listen, could you do me a favor? I said, could you just give me two more? But this time, just lay them back a little bit more as closer to three times. She came out of the booth at that point, and she was about through with me. So she came out of the booth and she said, Gordon Chambers? She always call me Gordon Chambers. She said, Gordon Chambers, I love you, Gordon Chambers, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to have you call my background singer, Charlotta, what's her name? Charlotta Gibson. She said, and she's very clear, the diva in her, she said, we're going to have you call Charlotta Gibson, and she can cut you, who's on retainer, and she can cut you all the backgrounds you need. She can speed them up, she can slow them down, she can do all the things you need her to do. That's what, and she said again, that's what we're going to do. But she said, right about now, I'm taking my daughter home.
And he said the answer is no.
But the most gracious, beautiful, diva, diplomatic no. But this is what she said. Now, this is the money line. Because when I do vocal coaching, because I have a vocal coaching business where I coach a lot of singers, she said, this is what she said to me, and I'll never, this was prophetic and brilliant. She said, and she said hilariously, but it was so true. She said, because Gordon, she said, I don't follow the music, baby. Gordon Chambers, the music follows me. Is that not the most
Oh,
hilarious thing you've ever said? Mic drop.
mic drop. Look, and she's not wrong.
Wrong. And when I coach people, I tell people that story because you have to, as a singer, you have to know who you are.